Hello everyone, Megatronic here, and if you made it to the end of Toy Hunt, welcome to the haul section. I got a big package that just came in today, and I can't wait to show it off. If you're still in the haul section, hello. We got a giant, and I mean giant box. I had to dig out my review table and move it just to get it in frame, so yeah. We're gonna open up this thing and I just thought, hey, I got a giant box, why don't we do an unboxing for old time's sake? I don't do them as much as anymore. This is how busy I've been, but firstly, here we have Ferrac. Is a cool repaint of Cyclonus. And the main event, the big guy himself. The thing I was questioning spending my money on. Tidal Wave. Giant box. He was available on Hasbro Pulse. And I didn't feel like taking years to try and find him. It has some of my Beer Creek water. This thing's massive. I only own 2 Titan class Transformers, Omega Supreme and Devastator, so this will be my 3rd ever one. I didn't think I was gonna get this guy, but I worked 8 days straight at work, grinded a lot for him, and worked my ass off really, because this guy is quite expensive. And I'm just looking in close to see if I can make out any of these Transformers. That guy's an Autobot symbol. I can't, so I think these are just random guys in the background. Let's get this guy unboxed. So, I'm gonna open this up. I don't know if any of this is going to make it into the review. I wasn't even thinking I was going to do a review of him, but I'm honestly going to have to do it in sections. We're just going to do the review bit for now, and I'll get back to this later. But let's get this guy out of here. There's that. Goodbye. Instructions. And what do we have? Oh. Command in the box. So I've been listening to Alice in Chains quite a lot. We got some goodies. Some more goodies. Some even more goodies. Quite a couple goodies. This. Because I want to make sure there's no more goodies left, no more bags of crap. No, and no. There is, I will regret it later. I'm gonna put these guys into their. Oh, that just split in half. Holy crap, this guy's big. So in the baggies is these 2 little cannons here that you gotta put on, and in the big baggies you have to put on these turrets and then these smaller missile pods. I got them all in vehicle mode here. So this is the first vehicle mode. It is pretty cool. We will save comparisons for last because I need to grab all that stuff off my shelf. So we are going to do vehicle mode, and then we are going to do robot mode. I'm not doing base mode. Sorry, we're not doing base mode. So yeah, here is the main thing. Pretty cool, really cool paint and sculpt and detail and all that stuff, and it's just a very well done piece. These cannons can swivel back and forth, and you can look up with them. They're not individually articulated, but you can look up. This is on all of them. They do have detents where they can stay, so that's pretty cool. And these little nubbins right here, they can rotate because they are on 5mm ports, so they can just rotate. And like I said, all these turrets can move up and down and swivel. That's for all the bigger turrets. This does have rolling pinned on wheels, so it can roll decently. Second fleet, I don't know the names, so I apologize. Pretty cool. Dig it, looks really cool. I want to get Airwave out from Earthrise to compare him next to this. Looks pretty cool. And lastly, the other one. It split apart as soon as I set this down. Turn your hose, bro. What do I do? And here is the biggest looking one. So pretty cool stuff. I really do like the painting and sculpting. Nice silver there, nice little purple and red, and or not red, purple and like gunmetal. You got the silver here. You got some of the orange. The orange, especially right here, looks like it needed another coat. The pinkish purple looks cool, and so does the yellow gold. So now we're gonna go over the smaller components. So here's the small main part. It's just some minimal paint. To get the bits off of him, we have these pieces that just come off like so. They just slide off. They're on. This just falls apart. I'm not a big fan of this not being able to lock together. I mean, yeah, that shouldn't do that for a $200-something transformer. Just saying. Funny thing is, if you really wanted to, these can form like little tiny feet. Can this peg on the... Oh. Someone needs to make an upgrade kit to make this combine. Please, somebody, I'm begging you, with giant ass wings. If you want to do that, you can. And for the last bit, the arms, which you basically have to take out these upper sections here, down there, and that basically just unclips. You do have to take this section off first, though. Put that back, and now you just have a complete gap right there. This comes off, and put that in. And you can just fold some of this back up somehow. There's a trick to it, I believe, but I'm not getting the wisdom behind the trick. There we go. So there's half of that. Let's do that with the other one. And then here's your mini ship section. So yeah, your mini baby fleet. Oh. All right there for your viewing pleasure. That's how you take them off. I will show off how to combine with Megatron right now. So Megatron's platform boots are just stored in this hinge in here, and the feet are just pegged in inside of the shins. Once we get them out, like so, there that is. There's these tabs. There is a peg right there. I don't know how well you can see that. It is quite dark. That is where these are stored. So there you go. Now to combine this stuff with Megatron, I went ahead and put the turret in front of his belly, just so it's out of the way. You can also attach the little foot things onto this, like so, with the toes pointed backwards. So yeah, but we're gonna have to take those off, like so. We're gonna give Megatron his platformer boots, and they just peg in like so, and like so. That way he has a little bit of height. Now these just peg onto his arms, so we take this one, take it on. Oh, it's on a little ratchet. It can be a little bit of a pain, and we just simply peg that on in, and there's that. And we take this, bring out this little peg here, and we also peg this one on in as well, like so. And for the back, we have these peg holes, so I move him out of the way. You want to uncombine this stuff, flip out these little panels here, and you want to combine these together. Flip that out. There's 2 ports, 2 pegs, peg these on together. Flip this so it's facing like this and this section is down. You want to flip out these little nubbins like so and like so, and these pegs will go onto the ports on his back like so, and like, if I can get it, go in your home, like so. Here we have Megatron in his combined mode. This isn't really for me, but for any Armada fans who like this, it is pretty cool. I do like the colors though. I think it'll look a lot better on the Galvatron version. And just for a quick size comparison for Megatron's height, here he is with Optimus Prime in his combined mode, just so you can see the differences in height right there. So yeah, back to Tidal Wave. And that is how you combine Megatron with Tidal Wave. Once you got him all into his configurations, the main base, these ones, you want to start, this is how you can start combining him, and I will pan the camera down just a little bit so you can understand what I'm doing. So here's this. You want to flip this piece down, and this is pretty much all you're going to do for this mode. This, you want to come here, move these up. You want to see these connections right here and here. There's a port, there's a clip, and you just clip this guy right into place like so. There's also this square notch on the inside here that will go into this tab right here, and you just want to clip all this in together, give it a good old squeeze, and then you kind of want to try and line it up with Tidal Wave's head. His head crest will go into this gap up into here. So you just want to try your best to line that up, and that is the front of that done. Now for the sides, there are this port. There's a notch right here. You want to take sides of these. There is a clip that you want to fold out right here. You fold it out right there, you get your nail in there. We're going to take this clip and we're going to put it into this hole and line it up with the slot connection. There's a slot on this, a tab right here. And we are going to tab this side on, and it's so much more secure than the other side was. And same thing for the other side. You want to flip out this notch right here. I think I'm in focus. There's a hole and a slot down there, and you just want to do the same thing, line it all up, and give it a good old squeeze. And there we go. And here we have him in his ship mode. This thing is quite big. For example, here is Ferrac. Just so you can get a sense of scale here, it is quite large. Once again, the turrets are all movable. Just a little bit lower. You can move these turrets like so, and you can hinge them up, down. They are Bluish Effect compatible. My Bluishes are all the way over there on my stop motion desk, so just take that for a grain of salt, but they do work. So yeah, to get him into robot mode from this point, it's also quite simple as well. So yeah, let's do that. To get him into robot mode, I'm going to take him apart, and I will be right back after he is in his individual components once more. So once you have Tidal Wave in his individual components, I have him still kind of in a combined form. We're going to do his torso first. So you want to bring down his thighs, and they can be easier said than done. They are heavy ratchets, so be careful. His little drone just loves to fall out on me. I believe Patriot Prime just uploaded a review and had the same issue. I end up using my table to help with the ratchets. So once you get the little thighs out, I bring down these ship sections, and there is a clip in here, clip right there, and a purple notch right here that these will tab onto, and then you hear a click. That's how you know that's in there properly. Same thing with the other side. There you go. And then this entire front section is on a double hinge with a mushroom joint that will come back down, tab back in, and if this fell out, just put it back into his back. And here we have Tidal Wave's main torso piece. So we will move on to the legs so we can get him standing. We will just go with the right leg because it's the same thing on both sides. I move the wing back and out of the way. I open this up right here. It's on a hinge. His knee and thigh component is in here. It can be a bit of a pain, so you really gotta try and get it out of there. And those ratchets really work. Close that back up. Get the meat how you wanted it. It's weird. Anyways, you bring this little purple section forward, bring the foot forward, bring the heel back. There you have a foot. Now there is a port here, and it's kind of like Combiner Wars, but not quite. It's very similar. There is a sliding bit. This will slide into there and lock in like so. And there you have one leg done. I'm going to cut, and he will have 2 legs when I get back. And here we have his upper torso. Once again, I do apologize. This is my first ever Titan class review, so if it's all over the place and you can't understand anything properly, go ahead and click off the video. I 100% understand. But I'm trying my best here. So now that we got him up on his torso, I like to go ahead and move the turrets. There's a detent that they will not click into place, but you will be able to feel they will go into place like so. Those are sorted out. The boat section. So you leave that down from earlier. You then move this canopy cockpit section, move that down, combine it, rip that thing in half like so. Then these little cylinder pieces will flip out, and then you want to rotate the bicep forwards so it is facing like this. And then with the hand, you can just go ahead and pry out some fingers so it looks like a hand. Now this will tab into this square port right here on his shoulder, like so. And there you go. There you have Tidal Wave with one of his arms. And here you have Tidal Wave in his robot mode. Tidal Wave is a hefty figure, and he isn't the tallest of the Titans. I only have Titan class Devastator from Combiner Wars and Siege Omega Supreme, which I will not be comparing in this video because they're on my shelf, yada yada. I will be comparing him to more relevant figures along with the scale and all this other stuff, and I'll try my best to scale them as, it's kind of hard to shoot this review. Just for example, here he is with the Armada Tidal Wave. This has been not the greatest custom painted from years ago. I haven't really messed with it, but just for a sense of scale, here they are. Back in the day, here's now. This has a bunch of features on it that the new one doesn't. For example, real quick, this is where Ramjet would launch out of, and of course, the new one just doesn't have that feature whatsoever. He also doesn't come with the Minicon. He came with the Minicon. He does not come with Ramjet. So, yeah, there's that for you. With another relevant figure, here he is with the Commander Class Legacy Armada Optimus. He is in his combined mode. This is how I display him on the shelf, just so you can see a sense of scale. And yeah, and I don't know if you're gonna be able to see them, but here is Megatron without the stuff from Tidal Wave attached. And lastly, Starscream. These are all standing on the table just so you can see and get how they scale with Tidal Wave. Obviously they're not going to be on frame, but they are standing on the same level table, so you can get a sense of scale here. Once again, I will not be doing the base mode on this guy. I'm not the biggest fan of it. There's other people on YouTube, so if you want to go see that, just look it up on YouTube. I'm sure it's going to be out there. For articulation, it's going to be a little bit of a pain, but I'm going to try and get through it. Head is on a mushroom peg, full 360. He does have a hinge that does unclick. He can look up a decent amount of range. Shoulders are on a 360. Big, hefty ratchets. You do get a butterfly joint just because of the matter of how they transform. You get about that much forward and about that much backward. You get an upper elbow swivel. You get a bit over 90 at the elbow. The wrists do not rotate themselves, but the thumb section rotates on its own. Then this thumb part also rotates as well, so you get a rotation there, then the thumb can hinge open and close, and these fingers can just hinge open and close, and so this can also open and close if you want that as well. He does have a butt skirt, which can go up and close to get out of the way of the waist swivel, but this is there. He also has a crotch skirt and his cockpit. Aha, get it? Funny. But he does have a ratcheted waist swivel, which will get you to about there till you start clashing. Thanks. The legs, I'm going to try my best to showcase this. I do apologize once again if it's not the greatest detail. The legs, he can't do the big boot, but he goes that much forward. He can do the big boot backwards. He can do the splits and then some. He has a thigh rotation. He has a joint right here for, I'm assuming, base mode. Knees can go about 90. Feet can move down. Heel can move down because of transformation. And lastly, you do get a couple clicks of ankle tiltage. So yeah, moving on to the pros and cons, because this figure was quite expensive. Once again, I do apologize that my face is in the camera. I'm a bit sweaty. It's kind of hot in here with these lights and everything. But let's go on to the pros and cons of the figure, just because this is quite an expensive figure, and I know most people aren't really going to be going out for it. So let's go over the cons I have with this guy. The leg section, the drop ship, whatever, or the storage ship, this one with the wings on it. That one isn't combined real well, and just the clips are, it should have been redesigned. They don't stay together whatsoever, but I will never have them in the individual mode. I'd rather have Dark Fleet combined and in that mode when he's in alt mode. So that isn't a huge deal breaker, but it is an annoyance in case I ever do a stop motion with this guy, which would probably be highly unlikely. Another con is that when you take the armor off of this guy and put it on Megatron, it's very noticeable, and I do wish that maybe Hasbro just gave us an armor set separate from Tidal Wave. I completely understand and appreciate what they try to do, and just isn't for me, and I personally am probably never going to display Megatron with armor and have it off of him, because it will make him look weird. Another con I have is that the drone, especially on the back, just likes to fall out whenever I'm trying to mess around with it. Of course, you shouldn't be manhandling the figures, but like earlier in the review when I was trying to transform the torso section and I put the main part down a little too hard, it just fell out. What you gonna do? I think that's it. I don't really have any other issues, and this guy actually is quite a nice figure. I normally really don't do Titan class Transformers. One, they are so expensive, and Omega Supreme and Devastator have only really tweaked my interest just because they're kind of some of my favorite Transformers. Tidal Wave, in my opinion, is better than Devastator, and in some parts better better than Omega Supreme in robot mode because of stability. Really solid robot mode in my opinion. My only issue is lack of proper wrist swivel. There's workarounds to that as well, but yeah, very fun figure. If you can get one on discount, I would highly recommend it. If you can only get one Titan class, this is probably the way to go. He's very solid. None of the plastic feels like it's going to break. I know there's the issue with the knee ratchets. I haven't encountered that, and I hope I won't, because I don't have the greatest luck when it comes to QC with Transformers. You'll learn that in my Ferric review. But he is a solid, fun figure all around, and if you're a huge fan of Armada, if you love Tidal Wave, this is an absolute get from me. But yeah, I do wish he had his Minicon Ramjet. It's not a huge deal breaker, and I don't really care, because I would probably lose that since I do have the memory of a goldfish. So yeah, if you didn't like this review because I was in it, I do apologize. I've never really shot a Titan review or even a Combiner review, so I do apologize for that. Maybe that's something I can improve upon in a future Titan review if I ever do another one. But yeah, I just felt as though he deserved a review because it's Tidal Wave, and Tidal Wave is one of my favorite Decepticons, and I just felt as though he deserved a review. This is a great figure, and like I said, if you can get him for full price, go ahead. If you're a bit skeptical, wait for him to go on discount because he's not selling as fast as I thought he would. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So Tidal Wave, pretty solid figure. So if you guys like this review, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I hopefully will not be on this side of the camera for a while, but I appreciate you, those who did stick around for the entire review. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next one. Bye.